Good morning. Hi, welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 230. I'm Kristen Amdahl, and we're here live at sunrise in Southwest Florida, specifically at Vanderbilt Beach today. The sun is just about to come up over the buildings and the trees to the east, and this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. If you're joining me live, please say good morning. Hi, Linda and Mar, Beatrice. Thanks for joining me live, everyone. Hi, Sandshell, Stacy, Lisa, Sherry. Hi, Naomi, Judy, Annie, Marissa, Lisa. Thanks for joining me live, everyone. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Hi, DJ. Hi, Connie. Hi, Karen. Another Karen. Joe. Freezabee. We've got bugs galore down here this morning. We've got bugs on the camera. We've got bugs on my arms. Hi, Carrie and Connie. Hi, Dana. Hi, Dana. The ocean, or the water does look beautiful today. It's really soft and pastel-y here again today. Hi, Stacy. The vest I'm wearing, this is the Highland Twilight vest, which is a top-down raglan shaped cardigan style, so you could totally make it a cardigan. And I used a couple of colors in the lace portion of the lower body, but I think it would be really beautiful all in one color as well. I think it would also be extremely beautiful. The whole thing was done in one of my hand-dyed, hand-painted Be So Fine bling yarns. This is 3 different colors. Is it 3 or 4? 3 different colors of Be So Fine yarn. It's Blue Danube and Pink Damask and Ice Silver Fox. And you know, the colors are pretty subtle, pretty delicate, and I know they don't match my dress, but I don't know, I felt like it didn't actually super clash either. I think it would have been better over a solid colored dress, but I don't know, I thought it kind of worked today. The colors didn't clash, even though there is no silver or pink in the print of the dress. I don't know, I just kind of went with it. Hi, Janina. Hi, Janina. Ruthie, Judy. Thanks, everybody. And yes, I'm wearing my, they're complementary colors. I'm wearing my Serena hat, which is the one with the offset shell pattern. This one is done in Be So Fresh yarn in color Sand Dollar. And I'm wearing one of my artificial flowers that's a pin. I love to wear these. They have that clippy kind of a pin. And it's great to wear in your hair, on a bun, on a braid, on a ponytail. It's great to wear to pull one side of your hair back. They're fantastic for decorations on a hat. They're also great to wear on a cardigan, even as a closure. And I've even seen them decorating bags before. So you really can't go wrong with a bright colored flower. Lisa's birthday's this week, I think she said. Happy birthday, Lisa. Hi, Bozina from Australia. Thanks for joining live. I'm guessing it's evening for you. Lisa's got 6 projects going. Good for you. Hi, Melissa. You're welcome. So when I write a blog post about today's episode on my blog today, I will post the free pattern for the hat, which comes with videos. I will post where to buy the flower pin. I'll post where to buy the dress and the free pattern for the vest, and I'll also show you which yarns I use for both of the projects. So I think that's it. Oh, and what color lipstick I'm wearing, because I know a lot of people ask about that too. Today I'm wearing Candy Yum Yum and Lavender Jade. Good morning, Kathy from Windsor, Ontario. I remember Windsor. That's right on the other side of Detroit, Michigan, which is where I'm from. I've been to Windsor many times. Hi, Jane. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend, maybe got some crafting in. Linda, what kind of comments do I get while broadcasting? Oh, it runs the gamut, you know. I think if you looked at it as a pie and the percentage, the biggest portion of the pie would be really lovely compliments and a little bit of wacky stuff, a little bit of crazy stuff, but mostly it's all really lovely comments or questions about where to find things. So when I reply to comments throughout the day, like I always mention, and even throughout the weekend, I'm usually sharing with people links to where to find things because they can't find it or didn't want to look or whatever. So people are asking me where to find things or asking me about projects and details about whether or not they can do it. In fact, here's a question I get a lot. Is this easy enough that I can do it? Which, depending on what someone's skill level is, kind of hard to answer, but I get where people are coming from when they ask that. It's an intimidation factor. You feel like you're a beginner, you feel like your skills aren't there for something that looks more complicated than you may think that it is. And as a beginner, here's the other thing. Things look harder because you don't recognize what's been done, right? When you're a beginner, this looks super complicated. It's like, what in the heck is that? And why are there so many different patterns in there? But as someone who's done an offset shell before, you go, oh my gosh, I know that stitch pattern. I could do that, right? So even to look at this, it's a top-down shaped raglan yoke, but it's done in double crochet. So when you're a beginner, you may not recognize those stitches right away, right? I don't know if that'll show up on camera. You may not recognize the simplicity of the stitch and go, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do that, but that's because you just don't even recognize what is going on there. Once you do recognize stitches, which comes with experience, you'll realize there's way more out there that you can do, even if you're not a super advanced or someone who's done things for years and years. So that's part of it. And then the other part is not, you know, I think it comes as a confidence thing or not understanding what you're capable of doing. And not realizing, yeah, I'll wait till he goes by. And not realizing that following a pattern is simply following directions. That's it. That's it. As long as you know how to do the stitches, and you can go to my pages, my encyclopedia pages that tell you the written instructions and the videos for how to do each stitch. Once you know how to do the stitches, a pattern is simply following directions. Now, if that's hard, it's because you need to focus more, or you need to have less things going on to understand it, or just need to concentrate a little bit more. But short of things being an experience level, super hard pattern, anything that's beginner, advanced beginner, or intermediate is simply following directions. So I hope that helps people to understand and maybe even motivate people to not be so worried about starting a pattern. You'd be amazed at what you can do if you believe in yourself. There's a lot more to following patterns about believing in yourself than actually knowing what the skill level is of a pattern. Thanks, Rav. This is the Serena crochet hat. It's a pattern and videos, and you can find all of it on my website. And I will post the links to everything that I talk about and wear today in a blog post on my website later to do that. Later. I started reading later. Sherry says she tries to do that. Yeah, I mean, there's exceptions to the rule, but in general, you'd be amazed if you just relax and believe in yourself and believe in the process. Following a pattern is simply following directions. In fact, if you're trying to follow directions, just focus on one row at a time, one round at a time. Don't worry about what the rest of the pattern says. Focus just on the one direction at hand. Lisa, and that comes with experience too. You can change things up once you understand the concept better. Karen brought up a very good point. Keeping an open mind when you learn something new. I have to tell you, I've been teaching for many, many years. I've been teaching on the national level at conferences. I've been teaching locally in groups and in yarn shops and on YouTube, and I've been teaching for years, right? The easiest way to teach somebody is when they are open-minded to learning something new. And as a teacher, you'd be amazed at how you can almost see that in somebody. There are people that come in closed-minded, and closed-minded about learning is not always a conscious behavior. Sometimes it's out of fear or out of stress or out of something that's completely unrelated to learning. But when you make a conscious effort to be open-minded to the process and to just relax and allow yourself to learn something new, you would be amazed at how much more you'll learn and how much more you'll grasp about something. And I know that sounds simplistic and also a little foo-foo, but it really is true. It really is. Oh, that's another part, Linda. The way you learn is a big component to it too. And that's one of the reasons why I try to teach in so many different ways every time I teach a new project. Some people like written instructions. Some people like visual instructions like video. Some people like schematics and charts. And some people like to be taught by a person talking. Some people like a combination of all of those. You'd be amazed at how many people are a 1 and 2, or a 2 and 4, or a 3 and 4. All of those different styles of learning can either be your specific way that you learn the best, or a combination of a couple of them, or maybe all of them. So whenever possible, I try to combine as many of those teaching styles when teaching a pattern, because I feel like it helps so many more people be able to grasp it. Oh, Melissa has bad news about a dog. I'm sorry. Or your comprehension level. Well, Sherry, I'm not sure what you mean by comprehension level, but if you mean the skill level that's listed on a pattern, I really shy away from writing those. And those of you that have read my patterns 3 years, you know that I try to avoid them. When I've worked with other companies, I know it's a requirement. I really try to shy away from them because I don't want people to feel limited. And I realize in a way it's an important thing to know, but at the same time I feel like it limits people when they aren't confident about their skill levels. I meet so many people who are more than a beginner who believe that they are just a beginner, right? In my opinion, a beginner knows how to do a crochet chain. A beginner knows how to cast on. Anything beyond that, and I don't feel like you're still a beginner. Oh, Karen, I'm the same way. I like to jump into the deep end and not look back when I'm learning. I'm a very enthusiastic learner. So for me, when I first started knit and crochet, I just didn't even think about what I was picking up. Happened to pick up hard, or they weren't hard to me at the time, but projects that were considered more difficult, and I just was so determined to figure it out that I had no idea that they were hard. Thank you, Freezeby. I'm so glad you understand that and appreciate it, because I do like to take the time and the effort to acknowledge so many different types of learning styles and try to incorporate them as much as possible. Not all patterns require schematics, and oh, well, I'm glad, Lisa. Yeah, so through experience, your confidence has grown, and that's fantastic too. Hi, Donna. I forget what I was going to say. Maybe it'll come back to me. If not, I'll see what comes up here. Kathy prefers written over charts. Yeah, and you know what, Kathy? That could be because you're more proficient at reading instructions than charts, or that you don't understand charts, or that you just prefer them, because that's the other thing that I come across a lot. There are a lot of people that just don't know how to read charts, and those people prefer written, but then there's still people that prefer written, so. Yeah, Donna likes schematics, okay. Sherry just started chart reading with my patterns, wonderful. It'll really open up a whole new world for you. Patricia wants to know if I have a video on learning charts. You know, I've incorporated it into a lot of my videos, but I haven't done a series of videos just on reading charts. That's a great idea. Crochet charts are not as easy as knit charts, Mar thinks. Brenda, Lisa likes both. Brenda was saying something about she likes to focus on written instructions because then she can focus on one line at a time. That's good too. And that's why it's good to have both. Yeah, Judy likes both because if she doesn't understand something, one component will help click if the other one doesn't. I totally agree with that. Kathy, yes. Depending on if it's garter stitch or stockinette based, what the chart shows in a knitting chart for knitting or purling can be confusing. Yes, you have to really slow down and really grab that concept to understand it. And that's different with every pattern. Sometimes writing notes for yourself helps. Brav's learning how to read charts. I missed the rest. But I'm glad. Yeah, the more variety of instructions, the better, Melissa says. Yep, I agree. Because here's the other thing. On any given day, at any given level of your stress or level of your focus, a different style of teaching may help you learn better too. How crazy is that? Depending on how focused you are. We all have so many other commitments and things going on and wheels spinning in our heads. On any given day, you might be more inclined to grasp a chart or grasp written instructions or grasp a video or grasp me verbally explaining it as I'm doing it. I mean, it really does have a lot to do with your mindset too. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for the compliments on me as a teacher. I appreciate that. I love being a teacher, you know that. Yeah, so we all have off days, right? We all have off days for everything. For example, most of the time I can put my makeup on in the dark. Seriously, I don't even put on all the lights in my house when I'm doing my makeup, probably because it's still dark out and I don't know, I don't like a lot of light in the morning. So seriously, I can do my makeup with almost no light. This morning I was going to put on liquid eyeliner for just a little bit of liner at the top corners of my eyes and put a little wing on it. Something that I've done a million times. I botched it so badly this morning that I literally had to go and take my makeup removing oil and wipe off all my foundation and all my concealer and everything that I'd done prior to that because I messed it up so badly. And so, how do I explain that? I have no idea. I slept okay last night. I didn't wake up sick or in pain. I didn't have anything unusual on my mind this morning. I just completely botched both eyes. Oh, I missed another couple of comments. Whoopsie. Let's see, will it help if I pull this down? Does it help me see better? I don't know. Melissa hates it when that happens. Yeah, I mean, how many times have you made a meal that you've made 100,000 times and just one time you made a mistake making it? It's like, how in the heck does that happen, right? You know, it can be something that you know like the back of your hand and you can still make mistakes sometimes. Do I have to be strong in math skills? For designing, yes. For knitting and crocheting, absolutely not. Nope. No, I did not finish my photo shoot for the Zen scarves. I did not. I did do enough photos to release the patterns. So the patterns, if you bought the scarf kit, the patterns were emailed to you for free. Otherwise, they are for sale on Ravelry. And I did a blog post last week explaining where to find everything, whether you were buying the yarn kit or just looking for the patterns. But I did not do a photo shoot for the magazine yet, which means I might have to pull something. I did a photo of me sitting in my studio the other day that has no knitting and crochet in the photo. I might end up having to use that, or if I can pull together a photo today, maybe today, but otherwise I'm out of time. So we'll see. Maybe a photo from the beach. I don't know. Maybe a photo like right now from the beach. Lisa, we're all excitedly waiting for the new book. Me too. Oh, I spent some time this weekend. So I pretty much caught up on shipping this weekend. I worked all weekend, caught up on shipping. I reorganized my studio, which feels so good. Sometimes when things get too cluttered, it really clogs my creativity. So, you know, it's an ebb and flow from being a, you know, crazy artist with this tornado all around to having to be organized and zen to clear out my mind to be more creative. So it's an ebb and flow for sure. So I redid the whole thing this weekend. It looks so good. It's so tightened up, lots of space to move around and work. And so I did that. What else did I do? Oh, and I worked on some jewelry for the book. Oh my God, cannot wait to show you the things that I'm making for this book. So close to finishing but then there'll still be the editing time. I hope we're still a month out. Yeah, Rav, you have to be pretty good at math to do for designing. That I would say is true. For knitting and crocheting, no, but for designing it, yes. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I've made the woven baskets out of grocery bags so far, but I'm feeling like for the book, I really need to make them out of something fancier. So I'm thinking about doing it with wrapping paper instead of grocery bag paper. It's got that brown craft paper look. So I think I'm gonna have to redo those, but they look cute if you like brown. But I've had so much fun making the baskets too. And I'm making some boxes out of cardstock that are so cute. Can't wait to show you all of it. It should be out in a month. I'm hoping by, gosh, it's gotta be out by mid-October at the latest. So I'm hoping to be done really soon here. Almost everything is made. I just need to do the photography, the layout, the editing, and then hire editors, and then we can go to press. So I need to hustle and hurry up here. Thanks, Lisa. I'm excited to finish it too. I'm excited to share it with all of you. It's something that's so important to me. It's something that I love to do for other people. I love giving handmade gifts, so I'm so excited to share my thoughts on it. And honestly, I have more ideas than I could even do in this book, so I'm guessing it'll be the first of a couple of books. Martina wants to know where we're at this morning. We're at Vanderbilt Beach, which is in North Naples. I can show you what it looks like here. Here's the beach to the south of us. Not much going on down there. And here's the east with the sun coming up over the buildings and the trees. Here's the beach to the north of us. A little activity, but not much. And as soon as the seasonal people get here, I won't get to come to Vanderbilt Beach as much anymore because traffic or parking is so limited then. Sorry, I missed a bunch of comments. Sherry agrees, handmade gifts are so dear to her too. Oh, they mean so much to me. And so to come up with ideas that don't take long to make, or ideas that can be incorporated with some things handmade and some things store-bought, so there's still a handmade element, is really important to me. That's how I think it really makes it accessible to so many people. Remember that show on the Food Network by Sandra Lee called Semi-Homemade? Remember her cooking show that was about taking some things that you made from scratch and applying and combining it with some things that were store-bought? That's how I feel about gift making. I didn't always love the show. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't, because I'm really someone that enjoys home cooking or making things from scratch. But I love the concept of the show. And so I love that concept in crafting as well. Missing a bunch of comments. Yes, Karen, when people appreciate the time you put in, it definitely is helpful. And even when they don't, making things that don't take you as much time to make kind of takes the pressure off of you as the crafter and you as the gift maker as well. When you can make a gift that doesn't take as much time to make, you're not feeling so much pressure for them to like it or appreciate it. Yeah, I see a lot of other people are appreciating it more too. Because we can't always give gifts to people that are going to appreciate the time we put into it. And those people don't need an 80-hour sweater or a 60-hour Afghan. But maybe they could use a cute pair of earrings in a handmade box. And you spent 5 hours. That's okay. Someone wants to know about crocheting tops for jars. Yeah, I'm going to have stuff like that in the book. Oh, someone's talking about West Coast. Yeah, it's 3 hours earlier in the West Coast, so people that join live, they're up at 5 o'clock in the morning to join us. That's awesome. Yeah, you can definitely do a jar cozy. Absolutely. Yeah, when you're giving gifts to other people, you have to be aware of the type of person they are. And if it's somebody that you don't think would know how to launder something that needs to be hand washed or not put in the dryer, don't make that for them. If someone said their dad threw something in the dryer that shouldn't have gone in the dryer, I think there's ways to preemptively not give those types of gifts to people like that. Like a new mom getting baby stuff should probably not be given stuff that has to be hand washed. Should probably choose yarns that can go in the washing machine and dryer, right? So there's definitely that component to gift giving that I really think you need to consider the lifestyle of the person you're making the gift for. And yeah, Jane, she included washing instructions, but I have to say there are people in my family and people that I've known over the years, even I know for a fact if I gave them washing instructions it wouldn't matter. So it is helpful to try to understand the person that you're giving for. And you know, you may not have known, but you know now, and you won't do it again. Thank you, Angie. This is the Serena crochet hat. It's a free pattern and video series on my website, and the yarn is also available on my website. The hat, the vest, and everything else I wore and talked about today will be linked in the blog post that I write about today's episode, and that'll be on my website a little bit later today. I try to do a blog post for at least a couple episodes a week. Yes, Sherry, handmade gifts are the best. Handmade coasters, yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for joining live. Ah, more bugs. Which means I have not made my bug spray yet. Oh, yeah, Lynn, there are family members that probably either don't appreciate it or don't want to follow washing instructions or whatever. Who knows why? Those aren't the gifts to give them. You know, maybe you make them a handmade container that with a store-bought gift in it, like the baskets that I'm talking about. Maybe you do something handmade like that, or make them a handmade card to go with a store-bought gift. There's all sorts of ways to still make handmade gifts and not give yourself so much pressure or give someone the control of being able to disappoint you. There's all sorts of ways to still do handmade without putting that kind of pressure or negative stigma on the whole process of giving handmade. Table runners are nice, yes. Do I make videos for character blankets? No, I do not. Lots of big comments. I can't see all of them. Yeah, Kim, that would hurt. I agree. She made something for someone and found it crumpled on the floor. You know, yeah, that would definitely hurt my feelings too. But maybe make a smaller gift. You know, make something that means something to you in the process of making it and let it go when you gift it. Don't worry about what's going to happen to it after it. That's another component of being a happy gift giver, a happy handmade gift giver is letting go of the attachment to the item once you've given it. It's either having an emotional connection to it after you've given it is where a lot of trouble comes. Aranita is here. Good morning. Yeah, Lisa, if you've given Afghans to people who appreciated it and you were praised for it, that is a wonderful feeling, absolutely. Not always the case though. And anytime we have too much attachment or put too much pressure on the need for or the want for that appreciation, it just builds up so much letdown. Did that even make sense? But it does. Several toys. Ah, KB, that's a bummer. Yeah, that's another part about making toys for kids. If there's any component on it that's a choking hazard, the parents probably won't let the kids play with them. Is that what it was, KB? Because I know I've heard about that a lot too. All right, well, we can pick this up tomorrow and talk about it more or what have you, but we are out of time now. So let's take this last minute to look out on this gorgeous view. Kim, I saw what you said. Yeah, it can be hard, but it's part of the process. The better you get at letting go, the happier you'll be at gift giving for sure. But let's pick this up tomorrow. I'll think more on it as well. And if I have any more advice, we can talk about it tomorrow. But let's take this last minute now to look out on this gorgeous view. Soak in the colors and the sounds of the waves and set our intentions for the day. Thanks so much, everybody, for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, chatting with me and everyone else here. Don't forget to go check out my blog post later today where I'll post links to all the stuff we talked about. Ooh, and I didn't mention matcha tea. Okay, tomorrow I want to remember to mention matcha tea. I learned a bunch about it this weekend and excited to share that with you. Anyway, let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.